Shalom, call Allah, Yahbashim Yahushai, Bahashim Akakodash, give honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders again before them that taught us is true. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Aquat that are listening, learn, and being a pillar of rest, the 144,000 and one third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm brother slash elder. Shalom and salutations to you all. So we have entered into a different phase of policing, okay? Martial or military policing now. Not as it was, but a new level, a new phase, right? And we're going to go through this phase real quick and get to the phase after this if you're not paying attention, all right? So anyway, they shall be like madmen sparing none. Second Ezra 16 and 74? Madmen. This 70. Second Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. There it is. We're going to see this in real time. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. What is an insurrection upon those that fear the Lord? Okay. What are they doing to Jake right now? Okay, so this is the new level of policing. You can't even call it policing anymore. It's the zoo. It's zoo keeping. It's called zookeeping. You're the animals, and they're the zookeeper. They can keep you in this cage. If you can't see where this is going, let's get one more. What do we get? We got they shall be like madmen, sparing none. Okay, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Let's get this real quick, and let's get it in Salakia. Bear with me while I do this. Second Ezra's 9. And I want this word, uproars, uprisings. Okay? Second Ezra 9 and uproars. 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. That's what I want. Now let's get it in, what is it, the NIV? Salakia, bear with, please. What is it? Sirach. I don't want Sirach. I want second is 9, right? Second Esdras. Let's do this. Second Esdras. 9 GMT. Bible Hub, huh? I got to set the record straight, Elder Apostle Tahar, if you're watching this. You brought out the blue letter, okay? And I know this because when you brought out the blue letter, I tried to go to the blue letter. I wasn't able to. For some reason, the Spirit was blocking me. And so I went to Bible Hub and it worked for me. And so I felt like an outcast for years. Everybody's using Blue Letter except for me. I was the only one using Bible Hub. And then one day, you came on to one of my comments and you put in the comment section, you put the Bible Hub. And I was like, yeah, the Bible. I was like, yeah, the Bible Hub. And then what you did discover about the Bible Hub was the comment section. You brought out the comment. I didn't know about the comment section in the Bible. It just worked. I couldn't work the blue letter. And for years after that, I'm like, I can't work the blue letter. And finally, the Lord allowed the Spirit to show me how to go through the blue letter. And even to this day, it's just the Bible Hub just works for me. Now everybody uses a Bible Hub. But for the record, it was me. and it doesn't mean anything, right, for me to say that because I mean, my ministry, if you will, begins with humility. So, you know, but I mean, you know, that whole Bible Hub thing's come just being on the island of misfit toys. Anyway, Second Ezra's 9, and if this is GMT, what did I want? 2? Earthquakes, there it is. National rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. This is what I want. When you see these things happening, how much more clear can this be? There will be earthquakes, national rebellions. Okay, well, what nation is rebelling right now? All right. International intrigues. All these things are going on. Unstable leaders. Elon. How'd you get in the White House, nigga? Who are you fighting with right now? Confused rulers. When you see this happening, you will know that they are what the Most High has spoken about since the beginning of creation. Anyway, let's watch this. Now, we're going to watch a different level of policing. This is the beginning of martial law, and they're egging it on. Oh, we're going to dispatch at 11:30 at night in L.A. proper, right? In somewhere near East L.A., we can go fuck with the Northern Kingdom, right? And see how they respond. So this is 10 out. Salaki. Let's read this. CCAL News. As Friday night continued, another large crowd gathered outside of a parking lot in Chinatown where federal agents, the FBI, you understand, they keep saying, when you hear this newscast, you keep hearing FBI, the FBI, the federal, the feds, FBI, the FBI, the FBI. So this is a different level of policing. This is what you got to understand. It's a new phase that they're bringing in. Okay? Letting you know where it's going. They ain't started just... This will eventually become robots. Right now is white supremacists in masks. Right? When Jakes start fighting back real hard, what they're doing is these are the beginning stages of the rebellion. Okay? Fair use and no, neither myself or anyone I'm affiliated with in GMS or otherwise has anything to do with any violence or putting hands or physical contact with anybody. We're spiritual people. All right? We let Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai do our fighting for us. Anyway, let's watch this. And immediately, right, we all know that this is going on about the Northern Kingdom, but watch how they try to show you, or at least give the impression that this is the Southern Kingdom. This is you Negro. And you can tell how the way Negroes move. You can see when it's Negroes and when it's not. So they're splicing different film, right? You can see how Judah, for example. Judah moves, hold their shoulders and move a certain way. Okay, so you can see when they're splicing in different cuts, and then when they get up close, right, then you might see Northern Kingdom. They might interview, you know, a Chicano, right? And we don't even know whether or not this is AI. We don't know whether or not this is deep fake. We don't know any of those things. But what we do know is they're escalating this. Not that it's escalating, but they're escalating it. We are not ignorant to Satan's devices. Anyway, here it is. Let's play this. Only 5. It's like, ooh, that's long. We're going to play a little bit of it so you get the idea. We might skip through it a little bit. But it's all, this is 20 minutes of whatever they're fomenting in LA. This is where everything is going.
That breaking news we've been talking about all night. As you can see there, federal agents blocking protesters from a parking lot. And Mike, is this the same parking lot where you said that ICE agents were actually gathering?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is patent right there. Thanks, Oliver is pushing in on it. We already had one protester get pulled out by federal agents and taken into custody.
Federal agents, FBI, federal agents, FBI, ICE agent. Look who they're referring to, and look at the escalation in military, not only military tactics. So you got to understand that a lot of these people that they're bringing down here on the streets are trained in Afghanistan. This is what they trained for in Afghanistan, Iraq. They trained to be able to do this to our citizens, right? Imagine that these are a bunch of Iraqis probing, right, with IEDs and da-da-da-da. That's what these people are trained for. You can tell how they're interacting with the people. They're waiting for something. These are like military. This is not the police. This is the military, if you understand what you see.
So this person was in the line that the federal agents were trying to push everybody back from. There was a bit of a struggle. They grabbed him out of the line, threw him down, and now he is in handcuffs. So that's at least one person that's been detained. Ollie, let's go back and look at the rest of the crowd. So this is a parking lot where we believe that federal agents were staging. We don't have any reason to believe right now that they were about to conduct another operation.
That could mean about 3 or 4 different things. Staging. What does that mean? That means getting ready to perform an operation. It could mean mock staging, as in stage play. It's not real, right? They stage the whole show as far as crisis actors. That term is just completely loaded with about 5 to 6 different connotations of what staging could mean in this situation.
For perspective, it looked like this is where they were staging some of their heavier vehicles to be able to do security around the Federal Roybal building as well as the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Is this all a ruse? Is this, what do they call it? Cosplay, or, they do things. Is this a drill, if you will? And they're trying to pass it off as real time, okay? Because you do things like the next one they have, right? You could start this buzz. What do they call it? Where you get all the people to go down to the mall, and you could do that on social media, right? You can rally a cause.
Notice that they were here. They don't like that they're here, and so then this protest gathered. So you've got a skirmish line of federal agents that are in the parking lot there, and then we just minutes ago, and Ollie, if you can pan to the right, I want to show them the Bearcats that moved in. The armored vehicles came.
I understand. Right here are what they call the federal agents, right? This is the line, okay? And you got the agitators. Now, who are the agitators? Are there agents provocateurs? Are there people that were paid to come there? Who else knows that they were coming down here to do this? Do these agents have agents provocateurs on this side to get this photo up, to fan the flames, or wherever this bullshit is going? Because this is going to become the norm. This is a different level of policing. It's not even policing. This is the military. Putting up a roadblock. If you watch what's going on, you listen to the words, to the dialogue that's going on, it's a roadblock. You think this is the only roadblock they're about to have?
And from down the street, the ones that were actually back over doing security for the Metropolitan Detention Center and the federal building. These agents moved in, then they created a skirmish line pushing people down the street, and we'll show you back again where that crowd is, and that's kind of where they're at right now. So now you've got the feds turning people around, trying to deal with this crowd. LAPD, nowhere to be found. LAPD did a quick drive-by and said, have at it, feds, good luck.
You hear this language? LAPD said, okay, we're out of our jurisdiction now, because now they're deputizing who? To come in and be able to do the police work. We don't need the police no more. We got the fucking military in here. RADs, whatever these armored military OD green Jeep armored tank. That's a turret right there. If you don't understand what a fucking turret is, and a gun mount, okay? The fucking tank.
The skirmish line pushing people down the street. And we'll show you back again where that crowd is, and that's kind of where they're at right now. So now you've got the feds turning people around, trying to deal with this crowd. LAPD, nowhere to be found. LAPD did a quick drive-by and said, have at it, feds, good luck. You got the LAPD helicopter overhead. That is the only assistance that's being lent right now. But as of this moment, this is an entirely federal operation, and you have this...
An entirely federal... They're making it known to you that there's an ushering in. There's a changing of the guard, if you will. Okay? This is LA, CBS News, LA. They're telling you that there's a new phase that has been enacted.
That has grown in size, now into the street, and now you've got federal agents trying to push them out of the way, and you've also had people taken into... at least one person already taken...
Feds! The moment you touch one or go against them, it's a federal crime. You know? You niggas know? Oh, that's Fed time. You niggas know about the feds, right? Now, just being out here, right? You don't even know that raising your camera to a Fed, oh, well, that was a threatening... Live fire bullet. No more rubber, nigga.
Custody by the feds.
This is where the rubber hits the road.
And they can do whatever they want, obviously.
Yep.
You know,
They can do. Not only were the police's records scrubbed, these are not the fucking police. They're army men in helmets and fucking gas masks and respirators and the whole thing. And this is like the first wave. On the fourth wave, after these niggas come back bucking and doing what they got, these become the robots. And then who's gonna win? Buck all you want to. We done suckered you into a damn trap where now we got you on the bait and switch, got you in there, keep fighting. Now these are robots. Bait and switch.
PD said they would be there if they needed their help in terms of traffic and to ensure safety.
That is the fucking military. Look at how the weapons are going down. Like, this is not the police. This is the military doing military maneuvers. See how these two dudes walked up? Watch what's going on. Watch how their information. The one guy comes back to report. These two guys come up from the back.
In terms of traffic and to ensure safety. I am surmising, Mike, that the fact right now that it's not like it was earlier when we saw, smoke bombs being thrown or objects being thrown at authorities, that could be one reason why LAPD is just letting the feds handle this.
Well, and the other thing that I've noticed, Pat, is that it seems like the feds have prepared themselves. So, and you're looking at live pictures from the ground on the...
Seems like the feds they're sitting there telling you exactly. So this is where everything is going. They deployed the feds, and they're bringing it in incrementally. This is going to expand. It's going to spread out, and then this is going to be the new norm. Okay?
Out of your screen. So earlier in the day, I don't think that they were necessarily ready for the crowd that came. So that's when they needed LAPD. This is the first time tonight where we are seeing federal agents in this kind of fatigues here, as well as in armored vehicles. I've started to see the HSI armored vehicles late tonight. They were not around in the downtown area when that whole thing was going on.
So it's not me just saying that this is going to... That's them saying it. Today, in the last 10 hours, if you will. That's them saying it. I'm making sure that you understand that they're saying it and not me. Okay? So these milestones, here's your warning. Hey, shit just went to the next level as far as policing. This ain't policing. This is martial law. You think that this is, oh, well, they're not going to do this anymore. No, this is going to become the norm. It's becoming the norm right now. And they're telling you. The feds, the federal, the FBI there. This is different. This is different. This is fucking CBS News telling you what the fuck is going on.
It seems like federal agents have become more prepared to deal with the crowd, which is, and there's the person that's in custody. Mm-hmm. So federal agents are more prepared to deal with the crowd now. That might be why they're doing it instead of asking for LAPD. But
the public is about to go buck-ass fucking wild everywhere, and they know it, and they're ready. They're showing you that they're ready. When niggas start getting hungry, which it already started. See, here's what they're not telling you. Why is this shit going? Motherfuckers are hungry, and then tariffs kicked in, and motherfuckers ain't got no food, and they want some answers, and they're about to start tearing shit up, and here we go. You think they're not ready? They know what's going on at street level. Where? In the middle of LA. Ishikar is being affected. They're grabbing motherfuckers up. They're getting mad. They're showing them the force. Where the hell do you think we're going? This shit started, bitch. It started.
Look at these guys. These guys are much more heavily armed than LAPD was. LAPD was in their, they had some tactical gear, but basically helmets and less than lethal rounds. These guys are not that at all.
It's all lethal.
It's all lethal. They are carrying, their rifles they've got with them, and as you can see,
the rubber bullets have hit the fucking road. This is where the rubber meets the fucking road. Ain't no more rubber bullets. Nigga, it's all full metal jacket, 5.56, 7.62, you fucking name it. 50 cal, nigga.
Still trying to push people out into the street, or out of the street rather. Let some of these cars that are parked get out of there. So it has turned into
the war has started. They done came out to play.
Situation that we were hoping to avoid tonight. And really, at this point, it's simply because the federal agents were staging in that parking lot, and people don't like that.
And they noticed them, and
yep.
It's hard to put into words the horror.
This is bullshit. And they noticed them, and they just suddenly, there's agents provocateur. They're building this.
Yep.
They're probably heckling or yelling at them.
Right.
Really to no avail.
No, they're getting paid $500 an hour to stand there. Right, and be a crisis actor, and maybe one more time is all you need before it takes off on its own like a wild.
You just wonder. Well, I see some cars being able to pass. You just wonder how long they are going to let this continue until before they,
They're going to let this continue. Well, we got to get our photo op, right, of number one before we get number two, which should be bigger, right before it spirals out of control. Right. It's clearly staged, and they're saying as much.
Push the line back further. That would be more of them forming a skirmish line and actually pushing people back.
Right. Yeah. So far, it looks like they've kind of just pushed the crowd a little bit using the Bearcats.
Yeah.
And we saw, obviously, like I said, that one person being detained. But it's hard to tell, because now they're more scattered. They're not necessarily kind of in that.
This is like a drill, and they're trying to pass off a drill. As real time.
Flying like they were a minute ago.
Okay. Well, you know what? We have Zach Boletto on the ground, so we're going to go to him now to find out the latest. Hi, Zach. What is...
Because ain't nobody swinging, ain't nobody threatening, really nothing's going on. They didn't even pay them to, or they just showed up like the Klan. Oh, well, we're just going to march and see if anybody comes and tries to oppose us. Of course, you're in the hood. What you doing over here? Give us some answers.
You're in the middle of...
You here to grab illegals up, or whoever you might deem illegal at that very moment?
Hey, Pat. We are on, North Hill Street and Alpine here, right next to the East-West Bank here in Chinatown. The FBI within the last...
Zach Boletto might get his ass... Zach Boletto might get his ass whooped by his own people for being a traitor out there right now.
Few minutes here, and ICE and Homeland Security have just decided to push these protesters back away from this parking lot entrance here that you can see. Anna, our photographer, is...
This is where it's going. You see this? This is where everything is going. This dude directed. roadblock. I'm directing through. You can come through. You can. Don't need no reason to do this. Just to let you niggas know where this shit's fucking going.
Aiming at right now. So you can see it. It seems
This looks like it's out of a fucking scene from a movie called The Siege or some shit like that. Tell me I'm wrong.
this is where a lot of these FBI vehicles are staging, where this armored vehicle is behind this car here. But you can see all the FBI officers right here, and here comes one of those armored vehicles now. Just about.
It's the military. The military is coming. This is called martial law. I'm sorry. How far are we in? We're in 5 minutes, and it's 20 minutes worth of this. And the dialogue, they're just telling you over and over and over that we've reached a new level, a new phase in the control that they're about to put on you motherfuckers as they take away whatever rights you believe that you have. Okay? That level of force is you used to the LAPD. Motherfucker, everything done changed. How do we get out of here? Mad Men sparing none. Let's go back to that. Let's get that real quick, and then we'll get ignorant. Damn, what is that? Verifying that I'm human. Look at this bullshit. Second Esdras. God damn it. You see that shit? It's about to fuck with me. Okay, here we go. Mad Men sparing none? Is that where I want it? Let me get that shot. Look at this. Look at this shot of the Gurkhas. I want where this dude was like, look at this. Yeah, shut that. Oh, no, that's not gonna make any difference. Anyway, 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Let's go right here real quick. 15. 2nd Ezra 15 and I'm looking for here. Ugh. Even this, let's just, yep, right here. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to them, Salakia, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Looking at that right now, that's a checkpoint. Okay? This is a checkpoint. Right? Nigga want to go from Cupertino into I left my wallet in El Segundo, and you can't fucking do it. I don't even know if them two cities are close to each other, but I know I left my fucking wallet in El Segundo, nigga, and I'm trying to go back and get it, and I can't. All right? Because they got a goddamn roadblock up, and what does that equate to? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be. No, nigga, you won't be getting your wallet back. All right. So, I mean, we could stop right there. This shit done changed up. Let's get this. 2 Corinthians 2. 2 Cor 2 and 11 in the King James reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. One of these devices is that martial law, or this, whatever you're calling this new level of policing, which is military. All right. So anyway, there's your warning, Jake. Wake the fuck up. All right. With that, we hope the elector edified you, brother. Jesus, shalom.